Hi everyone, my name is Melissa and I'm one of your therapists here at the Student Counseling Center. And I would like to take a moment to welcome you to the first segment of our breathing room. So this is going to be a playlist that is designed to help everyone develop and find some mindfulness and meditation practices that might best help them establish a great self-care routine. There is a lot of stress going on for college, for life, and all of the things in between. And we're hoping that we will be able to help you find the best ways to manage all of the things that are going on. We really think mindfulness and meditation is a great place to start. So remember to keep tuning back in, because throughout the semester, throughout all these days, we'll be adding a lot of different techniques, not even long, lengthy things, short things that you can just give a try. But first, before we try anything, I think it might be important just to take a moment to really look at what is mindfulness, what is meditation, what is mindfulness meditation, because we hear a lot about these things lately. And also, if you just do a Google search, you can tell there's a lot of confusion about what the heck these terms mean. So let's start there. That way, we can figure out if this is going to be a good practice for you to develop. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is the awareness of everything. Meditation is awareness of no thing. So they're kind of similar, but a little different. But wait, let me pause you there. Being mindful, being aware of everything, or being aware of no thing, am I being serious right now? Because I'm wondering if that might sound a little bit overwhelming to whoever is tuning in. That sounds a little overwhelming to me. I got to pay attention to everything that's around me, or I got to pay attention and empty my mind and have no thing going on. Let's pause. Let's take a minute to just break it down, because I promise it's not that. So mindfulness is about paying attention. It is being able to be present to the experiences that are happening right now in this moment. So we're thoughts, our feelings, our behaviors, and our movements. We're tuning into all the things that are going on around us, and then we're bringing that into even the things that are going on inside of us. So it might be something that we're doing as we are with one of our friends. We might notice our mind is wandering, which is okay, because mindfulness is also about non-judgment, but it's about noticing and then coming back to the conversation. For instance, even right now, even though I know that this is really a great topic to talk about, you might have something going on in your environment where your mind is pulled away. Maybe the dog is barking. But to practice mindfulness, you're going to notice that, and then you're going to pull it back and say, I really would like to hear what Melissa's saying, so you can really listen to my words, hear my voice, and be mindful of this experience, right? Being mindful is also listening to our insides, our feelings, our thoughts, or what our body is trying to tell us. A great instance of how we often are not mindful is when our body starts to tell us that we have to go to the restroom. And most of us out there have been like, nah, I'm not going to go at this moment. But we're not being mindful. We want to stay tuned in, again, to the experiences around us, on the outside, and also the in. And that's kind of that awareness of everything. But it's not about judgment, and it's not about being perfect. Again, especially the hope of this channel is to just be able to build on these practices. Mindfulness is great because it is something that can be practiced anytime and anywhere and with anyone, like I was talking about, even right now with me, using this as an event to be able to practice your mindfulness. Mindfulness is usually also less formal, because when we're looking at meditation, we're looking at a practice that has a little bit more structure. And there are a lot of different forms of meditation out there. Mindfulness meditation is actually one of the forms of meditation that is out there. Yoga is actually another form of meditation. It is a body movement. Walking can be a form of meditation. There are also forms of meditation to clear the mind, forms of meditation to open the heart, like in loving kindness meditations. There are sound meditations through chanting, sometimes through a mantra that we're going to repeat over and over. There are breath meditations. We have guided visualization, body scans, and body relaxation. So visualizations, there are a lot of different forms that meditation can take. But again, it's usually a little bit more formal. Often there can be a script that is involved. And, this isn't a situation that it covers all, but these are just some basic basic guidelines. Usually meditation is practiced at a specific time, sometimes even in a specific place, sometimes even in a seated position. So again, it just tends to be a little bit more formal, a little bit more structured than the mindfulness. But you will notice there is overlap and there are a lot of similarities. Mindfulness supports meditation, and meditation really cultivates mindfulness. And so these things really work together, kind of hand in hand. Another great analogy to kind of help understand the terms and what we're talking about is if we look at going to the gym so that we can keep our bodies healthy, right? We're hoping to maybe increase our endurance or maybe our muscle tone, or just help to get our bodies to be in a fit, healthy place. And so we might go to the gym. Meditation is kind of like the gym. It is the training ground for our mindfulness practice, for developing that very positive coping skill. Now, why do we want to do this, right? Why do we want to develop our positive coping skills? This is a picture of the monkey brain. Well, what I like a picture of the monkey brain to look like. It's a little cute, I know, but I know if you're looking at this, and as I say, monkey brain, most of us out there are able to stop and say, oh, I know what Melissa's talking about. My brain does often feel like that. This is an old kind of Buddhist parable, or just analogy, I guess, to describe what often happens in our minds. Our minds can often be very cluttered and very chaotic. Our monkeys in our minds can be swinging from one branch to another, from one vine to another, leading us often off of our path. Gives us a lot of difficulty focusing. Sometimes those branches are leading us way back into the past. Sometimes they're swinging us way far forward. But again, it becomes overwhelming and too much and just loud in our minds. And this is where and when we want to be able to bring in all that we're learning and practicing from our meditation and mindfulness. Now, this doesn't mean that we're not going to worry about something that might happen in the future, or feel sad about something happening in the past, or just have some discomfort, whatever's going on in our present. What this means is by working on and developing these skill sets, we're able to kind of take a step back and recognize what is going on, but find a place of peace away from all the clatter of the monkey brain to be able to make decisions and reactions that best align with our values and where we're going. And so that's one of the key reasons that we want to really work on our practice of mindfulness and meditation, just to calm that monkey brain. But there are some other benefits as well. So there are a lot of cognitive benefits, which, especially being a college student, this is something we want to be able to work on, right? So our mindfulness and our meditation practices can really help us with our focus, with our clarity, and with our ability to recall and remember our information. So it is great for developing just the cognitive mindsets that we want to be able to have. There are also a lot of great emotional benefits. So studies out there show that by developing and cultivating our mindfulness practice, we can up our feelings of happiness. So our feelings of happiness increase. Along the same lines, our stress levels decrease as well. And so emotionally, we find a place of balance, which I think is really important with all of the stress that is going on. In addition, there are physical benefits. And so again, there are studies out there that show rates of heart disease decrease when there is a consistent practice of mindfulness and meditation. In general, our blood pressure will lower, and we have a release or less release of some of those chemicals that can be chemicals within our body that are not so great on our body, like cortisol and different things like that. And so physically, there are some great benefits. Cognitively, emotionally, and physically, there are studies out there that back what I'm saying, because if you know me, I like to make sure that I'm science-backed. So a lot of great benefits. Remember, keep checking in to what we're doing on our YouTube channel, because we're going to add things. We will have things that don't take a whole lot of time. I know as college students, it's not easy to find the time, but if we can get the self-care in there, we can start just a small practice. You might see all the benefits and the time that it adds in other areas of your life as well. So remember, we're not talking about epic. There is no right or wrong way to do this. It doesn't have to be an intense hours-long experience. You can start small and build this up. And that way, we're on a road to being happy, healthy sycamores. Now, you might be wondering, how mindful are you? There's a great way to find out. You can go check out the Mindfulness Attention Awareness Scale. And so if you just stick this into your Google search engine, it will pull up a great little test that you can take just to kind of give you a gauge as to where you are. You might be more mindful than you think. Maybe you're a little less mindful, but wherever you are, the breathing room can help you grow and cultivate your practice. So keep joining back. I hope this was helpful. Remember, if you'd like a little bit more information on some mindfulness and meditation techniques, you can always go check out the playlist that I put on our YouTube channel from our IGTV stream. So a lot of different ways to help just bring about happy, healthy sycamores. Thank you for tuning in, and